Hi guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Coinbase, Bitcoin Cash. The war continues, and let's be honest, it is the hot topic currently on Bitcoin Reddit. It is trending pretty much, as well as probably other social medias out there. But as you can see, for the past few hours, pretty much every single post it is in regards to Coinbase, the fact that they are unwilling to add SegWit and obviously unwilling to do batching transactions, which is quite unfortunate because let's be honest, Coinbase, it is the door to cryptocurrency for many people. Myself personally, I did not came through this door. I used my credit card to purchase hash power, then mining rigs. Therefore, I never bought cryptocurrency. I started to earn cryptocurrency, and that's how I began, if you haven't heard this before. So here it is. Now what we have in here, it is the fact that lots of people are getting quite fed up and disappointed, and some are actually leaving Coinbase, or at least that's what they're saying, like this person right here. Reminder, Coinbase current CEO Brent, no, not this one, I'm sorry, I just transferred out my funds, I can no longer respect you, goodbye Coinbase. This person had decided to leave Coinbase. I'm not a fan of secret agendas and greedy hands. It's possible to make money and respectable, but Coinbase has chosen a different path. Now what he's talking about is probably what it is being happening. Now we all remember, let's say, how they introduced Bitcoin Cash to the platform, pretty much like a big bang. It just came in, nobody was expecting it, the price shoot up, everything went crazy, Bitcoin Cash was there. However, what is also disappointing to see that while they did find funds to introduce Bitcoin Cash for whatever reason, and obviously time and efforts to do the work required to do so, they for whatever reason are unable to find the funds or the time to introduce SegWit, which will make, of course, a Bitcoin faster and cheaper for people that use Coinbase and in general for the whole network, as well as failing to introduce batching transactions. Now batching transactions mean sending multiple transactions together. This will in fact introduce the fee quite a lot. I have heard, I never use Coinbase to send out Bitcoin from it, but I have heard the transactions fees are killing on Coinbase. And you can see this post right here, which is quite nice. You can read it yourself. I'll post it down below. Thank you, David A. Harding. Saving up to 80% on Bitcoin transactions fee by batching payments. And I'm gonna just go down and show you exactly how it looks like. And as I said, you can read the whole thing. So this is how you send them separately. You send each individual transactions separately, therefore there's fees. What you can do is your batch payments using the send many RPC like this. So send many, you put them together, as you can see, brackets, and it will be much cheaper. I mean, how do you think, let's say, cloud mining companies send their transactions? I don't think they send them obviously a single transaction. They do batch, same as other exchanges. For instance, Binance, I'm sure they use batching because, I mean, some people don't send huge amount of money, but the fee, it is fixed. Now how is this possible? With batching, that's how it's possible. You don't see this in Coinbase. Now moving back over here, and by the way guys, let me say one thing, because every time I do make a video in regards to Bitcoin Cash and say certain things, the people that are on the team of Bitcoin Cash, they go against, and the people, obviously the people that are in the Bitcoin team, they are for it. I have nothing against Bitcoin Cash. I've said it many times. You can go back to the history of my channel. You can clearly see me using Bitcoin Cash for trading. In fact, I said it that for me personally, for what I'm trying to do, is easier, it is cheaper to use Bitcoin Cash, so I'm favoring Bitcoin Cash. And still until this day, of course, at the moment it's cheaper and faster to use, but because people like Coinbase, I'm failing to introduce things like this. They just don't, they seems to not wanting to obviously help Bitcoin continue to progress, and rather see it being killed. This post right here, it's a very interesting one. Reminder, Coinbase current CEO Brian Armstrong is publicly rooting for Bitcoin to fail. And this is right here, you can see Olivier Jansson's Bitcoin core dominance below 33%. They are very happy when they see Bitcoin, I don't call it core, Bitcoin going down. and dropping fast as hype is passing. Markets and news catching up which really have hijacked project and unusable currency, which has over 70% of its address stuck with funds that can't be transferred out due to high fees. Expect dethroning soon. And we can clearly see Brian Armstrong, which is the founder and CEO of Coinbase, liking this post right here. So therefore he likes this. He likes to see Bitcoin being dethroned. Now again, I don't care who's gonna be number one. I mean, personally, I believe Bitcoin should be number one. Bitcoin Cash could be number two. They all, they both can have a great future, just like any other cryptocurrency on the coin market cap or any other cryptocurrency that is going to be developed and introduced to the world. But why do you have to go ahead and bash Bitcoin so much? And pretty much it looks like they are happy to see this. I mean, I don't get it. And the only reason for me personally, it is greed, and these people just want to align their pockets with money. That's all they care. I don't think they care about anything else. They don't care about seeing Bitcoin succeeding, Bitcoin Cash being just as good. They care about aligning their pockets. I mean, did we forget that Coinbase actually were holding people's Bitcoin Cash, and only until there was uproar and people were prepared to sue Coinbase for the Bitcoin Cash, they released the Bitcoin Cash to the people, to the owners of Bitcoin Cash. Prior to that, they were not planning to do so. They were trying to align their pockets. I think people do forget these things, and we have to remind them. So it has nothing to do with Bitcoin Cash. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin or transactions or fees or anything else. It has to do with money, greed, and unfortunately, greed, man, it's a terrible disease. I can tell you that. And Brian Armstrong, Olivier Johannes, and Roger Ver and many others like them are probably owning so much of Bitcoin Cash that if Bitcoin does get dethroned and Bitcoin Cash gets higher, the price of Bitcoin Cash will obviously go a lot higher than it is right now. Bitcoin may reduce in price, and they probably will have a huge control over Bitcoin Cash. I do hear that obviously the blockchain is much bigger, there would not be delays and all these things, but let me tell you one thing. What we're seeing currently happening with Coinbase, with the market, with the monopoly type of thing that they are doing, Coinbase, that's what I believe we will see one day with Bitcoin Cash. If that's if what these people are trying to achieve does come to reality, I honestly do believe so. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see slower transactions, higher fees, and possibly many other things that people will not be very happy about it. The other thing, which I'm speculating at the moment, I would not be surprised if, let's say, we reverse things around and Bitcoin Cash goes to $20,000, for example, and Bitcoin goes to $2,000. I would not be surprised if suddenly Roger Ver and his closest friends buy lots of Bitcoin back on the cheap. That's another thing, food for thought for you guys. Now let's go back right here as well, looking something else. As you can see, as the uproar is going on Reddit in regards to Coinbase, Lightning Network and things like that. No, Lightning Network is obviously we haven't seen SegWit yet. I don't know when we're going to see Lightning Network implemented on Coinbase, but Coinbase represents 58% of all on-chain Bitcoin transaction because of their incompetence and failure to adopt new tech. I don't think it's incompetence or failure. I think they just purposely don't want to do it. And you can see a little graph right here showing you how things are looking at the moment and why we are having the blockchain where it is right now. It is stuck. Sending BTC from Coinbase temporarily unavailable simply because it's expensive. People are probably not even sending Bitcoin out of Coinbase if they have small amounts because it's not worth it. Problem fix, sending available again. And you can read the chart for yourself. It's an interesting one, but it's definitely Coinbase blocking things and making it hard for everybody else out there, and obviously giving a bad name to Bitcoin. And that's the other thing we forget. When people do have power, they don't just use it, they sometimes abuse it, like in this case. That's my honest opinion. Nothing against Bitcoin Cash, just giving you my honest opinion. That's what it's currently happening, and it is pretty unfortunate. If I was new coming into cryptocurrency, Looking from outside in what's happening between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and if I do have some understanding, I would probably shy away from either of those cryptocurrency and just invest into Litecoin, Ethereum, or something else, just because of you know, this hate between, especially coming from Bitcoin Cash supporters towards Bitcoin. It's fine, support your Bitcoin Cash, use it, enjoy it, let it be successful, but why do you have to do it on the expenses of Bitcoin? That's what makes me wonder why. So going back, let's see if anything else. Another thing is Verge has said in regards to the obviously the insider trading, which it probably did happen on Coinbase, I can't guarantee, but he is saying that now he doesn't see anything wrong with it. It's not illegal, so people should be able to do it. I think insider trading is a non-crime. Verge said during an interview, let's say a bunch of people had traded in advance, then the price wouldn't have been so volatile, and the price would already much more closely reflected the price of the news became public. So as you can see, they just continue to support each other, and that's all they're doing, pushing their current goal, guys. They're trying to achieve what they're trying to achieve, and that is to dethrone Bitcoin. And as they've said it on some interviews and I don't know, outlets out there, Bitcoin Cash will become Bitcoin and it's the king. Hopefully not. Let Bitcoin Cash be successful, but I think Bitcoin should continue to be number one, and as long as there is support there and people don't fail to realize that they're not doing it because they want to save people you know, $1 or $2. I honestly don't think that is the case. I don't think Verge cares if I send $1 or $2 when I'm sending my cryptocurrency. What he cares about is aligning his pockets with lots and lots of money, and obviously with lots of power, because when you hold huge percentage of cryptocurrency, you have power, just like we've seen with XRP and Ripple. The guy became the well, when the price was high, he became the richest person around the world. He has control of Ripple, XRP, and he's pretty much able to do whatever he wants, and that's what can happen with Bitcoin Cash. That's it from me, guys. Just a quick video. I'm gonna link down below the Reddit. You can go and check out this right here in regards to the batching transactions. Quite a lot of posts, as I said, on Reddit that you can read about the Coinbase, the fact that people are not happy. And let's see if Brian Armstrong, as he said 5 hours ago, because of the uproar of people, that they're gonna truly introduce batching transactions, SegWit, and a number of other strategies to improve transaction backlog. Thanks for bearing with us. It's funny that it took him, just like it took him to release people's Bitcoin Cash, people to uproar, to prepare to sue them, for, you know, for him to obviously release the Bitcoin Cash. And now the same thing we're seeing here. People are getting upset, and probably he's getting scared because it's giving a bad name to Coinbase. And if actually there is another company out there that doesn't do this sort of things, Coinbase could die. Without customers, you are nobody. And Coinbase and Brian Armstrong has to realize this, and probably he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he sticks to what he's saying right here, and pretty soon we do see batching transaction in SegWit, because he has admitted it himself. Improved transaction backlog. He knows it is there, and they are the reason for it. That's the reason for it. Obviously one of it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You want to give me any information, feel free to do so down below in the comment section. Yeah, subscribe to my Twitter account, come follow me, check it out, and see you in the next video. Bye for now. Did I say subscribe and share? If you haven't already, do so. Bye bye.